This week on Big Island Adventures, I ride my motorcycle down into the Waipio Valley to try to get to the beach and look at this 1,200-foot waterfall. But I did wind up riding my motorcycle down the steepest road in America. So ride along with me, won't you?
You gotta keep on riding.
Most importantly, as I approached the entrance, I saw this guy coming over to talk to me, but I really didn't want to hear what he had to say in case he said you can't ride your motorcycle down, because it is a very restricted road. Only four-wheel drives can go down, and I didn't realize how bad the road was. I figured it was just a steep road and maybe had some gravel on it or something. Typically that's what I see as a four-wheel drive requirement. Either that or it's high clearance or something like that. And all of those I figured I could overcome with my motorcycle, and I did. I just didn't expect brake failure on the way down. I was actually preparing for it because I've seen roads like this before, and I've bowled my brakes before on steep descents like this. So I put it in first gear and tried to roll down as slow as I could, but I still had to grab my brakes. Feet later, I finally hit the valley floor, and it was kind of muddy and rutted out and big puddles, and I made it to the actual river crossing, and it was a couple feet deep, and I wasn't real sure about the bottom, so this was the turnaround before I headed back towards the beach. So that truck is about to go through my stopping point. This is my turnaround point because it gets deep there, and there's no way around it. It's just a big deep puddle. You can see there's a bunch of meaty stuff in that one and the next one. I love this. Looks like a no trespassing sign, but it just says private property. Rules of enjoyment. That's pretty epic. Well, I'm gonna head back up the mountain and pull the drone out. This is a crazy beautiful spot. I hate that I'm not gonna be able to get to the beach. As you can see, that dude had a couple surfboards in the back. Maybe you couldn't see it, I don't know. Jeeps. This is a Jeep paradise, apparently. Let me see if I can get on this bike without getting mud all over my seat. Yeah. Let's get on back up the hill. Man, this place is beautiful. So there's a beach right there, there's a river right here, and there's a huge waterfall right up there. So I'm gonna see if I can get some pictures of it before I leave. We'll see what happens. Ikikoa. Is that a boat? I don't know. It's a boat. It's a canoe. 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 It's a cano Wet brakes? Test brakes before going uphill. Wet brakes, yeah, I don't know about all that. I know I lost my rears coming down. And I was afraid of that. I was trying to roll down in first, but it was way too fast for this rough pavement. I guess you call this pavement. Wow, that's first gear. Granny gear. Yeah, we're gonna find a spot up here to maybe fly the drone, if that's possible. Get out of traffic just a little bit. But it's very windy here. Maybe it's not so much windy over there. Ooh, yeah, that's much easier getting off the seat. I preach it, and I don't follow my own preaching. Takes most of the big old bumps out. Makes riding a whole lot easier. Now here's the big part. It's like going up a straight incline. Woo! Alright, isn't that something? I'm gonna stop right up here. This looks like maybe the best place to stop. We shall see. Oh yeah, look at that. It's hard to tell how much of an incline that is. That I would say that's probably 25-30%, something crazy. I would compare it to Mauna Kea, but that would be a joke. Ah. How about that? What you can't see is that freaking waterfall that's right around the corner here. That's amazing. I wished I could get down to the beach on this bike, but I don't want to toss my bike in the drink, and it's got barely any tread left on the 90-10 street tires that it's got on it. So I'm gonna pass on a day like today. But I am gonna pull the drone out and see if I can get a shot of that waterfall, because that is crazy. that was fun. I could not get the drone out far enough. It was blowing it all around right here on the side of the cliff. I need a bigger, better, faster, stronger drone. It's not tossed around the wind like a kite. That thing packed so small, I could put it in my tank bag, but it's not a big fan of wind. It likes to make its own wind. Doesn't like natural wind at all. All right, let's get up back to the top of the hill. See how the bike does on this really steep part. Whew. First gear. Well, that's actually second, but I'm just saying first gear is the gear. I don't want to slow down. Probably roll backwards if I shift it down to the first. That is a trip. Howdy. Yes, isn't that something? Well, on this trip, it turns out I really fell short. I accomplished less than half my goals. I wanted to go to the waterfall, but that was a 2-hour hike, I think, what I read from the end of the road, even if you cross that river, so it's a pretty good hike. I did not get to the beach. Maybe when I get my tires, my new heavy-duty tires put on, I can accomplish that. But overall, it was a fantastic journey, and I would caution anybody coming down here on a motorcycle, you better know what you're doing. I lost my brakes even when I was completely aware that I might lose my brakes. I still bulled my rear brakes, so that's pretty scary. And if you don't know what you're doing on a motorcycle, you're going to have a hard time getting back up. It's a rugged, rough road, but I would encourage anybody with a four-wheel drive to come down here and check it out. Stay with me. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I've got a bunch of new stuff coming up, and I still haven't finished some of the old stuff back from my trips on the mainland. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and check back frequently to see what I got going on the Big Island. See you next time.